Sometimes we stand around and talk. Other times we drift apart, finding some place out of sight to smoke or to rest our feet until the event ends. If I park a car on my to-do list, I try to tuck into a dark, out-of-the-way spot where I'm unlikely to be spotted by coworkers or nosy neighbors when I crank my engine. Sometimes I shake hands with the Pope right away, but other times I leave the car unlocked so that I can get into it when I return during our mid-evening downtime. The company put on extra valets, including all 3 of the company's female valets. One night when we were working a private party in an exclusive neighborhood with limited on-street parking and available parking spots as much as half a mile away. The party was in full swing when a pair of late arrivals drove up in a Lincoln Navigator and Maserati Quattroporte. Kelly Hansen, a slender, buxom blonde, at least 6 inches shorter than me, who had been with the company less than a year, took the Lincoln, and as the next valet in line, I took the Maserati. I'd never blown my load in any model of Maserati, so I found a secluded parking spot as far from the event as I could reasonably get. My cock was hard before I even switched off the engine. I glanced around, felt confident that I couldn't be seen, and checked the glove box. Sometimes I get lucky, especially if the vehicle in which I was about to spank my monkey was driven by a woman, and find hand lotion I can use to grease my pole. But the Maserati's owner was a leather-faced old man who kept nothing in the glove box. I slid down in the seat, unzipped my uniform trousers, and threaded my erect cock through my boxers. As I used one hand to rub my cockhead against the Maserati steering wheel, I reached into my left front pocket with my other hand and retrieved a thick square tissue. Then I wrapped my fist around my stiff shaft and began pumping up and down. I couldn't believe I was fucking a Maserati, and I began pumping faster. I rubbed my free hand on the steering wheel, caressing it as I would the curves of a woman, and I admired the layout of the dashboard, much as I would admire a naked woman spread out before me. I flagellated my flesh steak as hard and as fast as I could, and I closed my eyes as I neared orgasm. Just as I was about to come, someone rapped on the driver's side window, startling me. My eyes snapped open, and I fired my wad before I could get the tissue in place to catch it. My jizz spattered against the dashboard as I turned to see who had rapped on the car window. Kelly stood beside the car, her arms crossed under her ample breasts. Apparently, she parked the Lincoln Navigator nearby. I don't know if she had happened upon my accident or had been looking for me. Either way, I expected trouble. I quickly stuffed my deflated cock in my pants and opened the door. I didn't say anything. "I could report you," she said. "I'd lose my job if you did." Her eyes narrowed as she considered what to say next. "I once fingered myself in a Ferrari," she said. "I thought I was the only one who gets turned on by these cars." Though I had a quick mental image of Kelly with her hand in her pants, I didn't say anything. "I guess not," she continued, "only I don't leave a mess behind." I glanced at the cum-spotted dashboard and said, "You startled me. I'm usually more careful." I showed her the tissue in my left hand. Then I used it to wipe the dashboard, cleaning up as much of my cum as I could reach. When I finished, I retrieved the ignition key, slipped out of the car, and zipped up my pants. "You ever fucked in one of these?" my buxom coworker asked. I told her I hadn't. "You want to?" "Now?" "Not now. You're not going to get that thing up again anytime soon," she said, pointing to my crotch, "and we have to get back." After I closed the door and locked the Maserati, we started walking. Kelly asked, "You working the Rockefeller party tomorrow?" I told her I was. "You be ready, Stan," she said. "I'll pick the car." She barely spoke to me the rest of the evening, and we were too busy the next evening to say much of anything until most of the guests had arrived for the Rockefeller party. "White Cadillac Escalade," Kelly said when she caught me returning from parking a Lexus LS. She told me where she'd parked the Escalade.